everyone, welcome back to my channel Reacting to It. I'm Dika. So last time on This Is Us, we had a glimpse into the big three, the 20s. We saw them both at different precipices of their lives. We saw with Randall the birth of his first child, Tess, and how that had come about. We also were alluded to when he had one of his first major breakdowns, and obviously that was just the overwhelming anticipation and feeling of what it was going to be like being a father, and of course what that was for him and Beth. Obviously Beth needed him to kind of have his head screwed on, and when Rebecca had come down, obviously in anticipation for her giving birth, Rebecca was always assuming that don't worry, he bounces back, but then Beth was trying to convince her that no, you weren't there, you didn't see him, and she was worried that she had lost a part of him. Even Randall admitted it, that he's not felt the same ever since then, but obviously luckily he was able to pull through. We saw Kevin being in LA for almost up to, what I think it was it up to a year, and how the length he was about to go to stab his friend in the back about a role, and he unfortunately got a reality check. But I did like how that was the reality check and the kick he needed to stop relying on his looks. The guy, even though he was like, oh, don't you think somebody like me would have fit the briefing, in other words trying to imply and underhand what his friend did, an achievement. So him being able to find it, and it's something I forgot to mention last time, he was able to go into something which was, considering he had the sort of Hollywood look, Hollywood face, the all-American look, and he went into comedy, kind of helped to his advantage, because you wouldn't have people that kind of look like him in comedy. And obviously Kate, finally, we saw that she was at night school. She finally stopped, in other words, setting the bar that low. You know, this guy who was being nice to her, he'd come into the cafe place that she worked, and even though she was very aware of the fact that he was married, she was willing to overlook that because he was nice. So that was the start of her and Kevin's journey. Pardon me. That was the start of her and Kevin's journey together, as she had finally left New York and went to LA to kind of be like what we saw at the beginning of the series, his like manager, PA person. And obviously we saw that a bit in the past, where I liked how I mentioned last time I thought maybe Randall might be on the spectrum. He has tended, the way his brain is wired, and how it just pisses me off, those ridiculous parents decided to bring up Kyle, the other sibling, or he would technically be one of Randall's other siblings who had died, but Rebecca reinforced the fact that he was meant to be with them, and that's why he was there. If basically fate had brought them all together, so not to let the fools tell him otherwise. But here we are now with episode 7. Oh, this is when they were going to adopt Randall officially.
Hey babe, look, it's Paula.
Hi.
So the judge, he has all this paperwork.
Yes, along with my glowing recommendation.
Oh.
Now this next part is just formality. Need your pictures.
We're gonna get you pictures.
Okay.
Oh, so wow, it took up to a year for the adoption to get finalised.
For our adoption notice for our son Randall.
Bet you can't guess which one Randall is. Sorry. You know what? Just do your best. It happens a lot. We got about 30 seconds before one of them craps, barfs, or all three just lose their minds.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh goodness,
Court
yeah.
accepts your guilty plea, Mr. Hill.
I never thought we'd go back to
You have no record.
William's story.
Not so much as a traffic violation. If you had my life, you probably used to. Just a year ago, my mother was alive. So I come here, and you tell me you're disappointed. Well, guess what? I am more disappointed. Put me inside, because there is nothing out here for me anymore.
I know you're not looking forward to this, babe, but it's court ordered.
The woman's a criminal.
Who's also her mother?
Hey, you look very pretty. Nice dress.
It's my mom's favorite.
Gosh, it's been
Baby, what's up?
Hey, you all packed for your flight? I'm stocked up on all your favorites.
Because there's this director out here that my agent really wants me to meet.
Kevin, this is the third time you've
Oh my
crashed.
god.
So, listen.
Kevin, you came to me. You showed up at my door. I was doing just fine, and you showed up and you said all that stuff, and you know.
No.
I'll tell you that I love you. So,
Oh yeah, she's not there. Oh, they're gonna tell him the news of his pregnancy, of her pregnancy. Does he not get it?
I have read your report, and I have some questions about your home business. I'd like to speak with your social worker, Paula. She's not here, sir.
Goodness.
So right now we're about 3 weeks out. My clerk will put you back on the docket. Thank you.
Oh shit, that's it?
Andersons. Hello.
What are you doing?
My bad. Parental instinct.
I've seen people in handcuffs before. I'm not scared. You're gonna be able to hug your mom. Cool, Joey.
I hope this doesn't go like terrible.
Excuse me, Judge Bradley. Hi, Jack Pearson. My wife. Back up. I remember. And you're not supposed to approach me outside.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
She refusing to come out.
We've been waiting for a while.
Charlotte's not coming.
Sometimes I can't help but wondering if anyone's actually looking out for these kids.
You wonder if...
Oh?
Totally treatable. Except your birth parents didn't treat it. They ignored it for 6 months, and now she's 4 and she's deaf. And I've watched their faces light up, and then I watch those smiles disappear when I tell them she's deaf.
I'm sorry, Linda.
Thank you.
Visit wasn't clear with the folks here.
So she's not coming?
That's sweet of Randall to
Sorry, Daniel.
change it so it doesn't look like it was her mom's fault that didn't want to.
I've been saving up my allowance for my mom, so she can get everything she needs in here.
For someone that seems so ungrateful as well. Why do you want to tell us?
Are you scared to tell your mom that her Catholic son is having a baby out of wedlock?
I am terrified.
Okay, it's ringing.
Are we doing this?
Yes.
Okay, she's not going to answer because Judge Judy's on. Leaving a message? This isn't why I shouldn't leave this on her answering machine, should I? Kate, am I leaving a message right now?
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, let's just go to the courthouse and get married.
Really?
Oh.
Why not?
I don't believe that child belongs in your home. Excuse me. That child belongs with a black family, Mr. and Mrs. Pearson. I was 9 years old before I understood that I was black. Now I understood my skin color, the color of my friends, my parents. My fear is that he won't have the tools he needs in his life if he stays in your home.
Oh, you could not be more wrong, Mr. Judge, but...
And there are places and there are people who will care for him until he can be paired with a suitable family.
Putting him in the foster home? Are you serious?
In my opinion, it will not change. Diamonds, silly goods. Ooh, that's good. This is like something my dad would do after he messed up with my mom. He would do something big like this. Tomorrow, for the ceremony, bring a witness, and whoosh, get married. Whoosh? What's that, the sound of marriage music? It is here.
Oh, and I don't have to listen to those random wedding guests come up to me every 5 minutes and say, "Oh, your father would have loved the day." Oh, and then who's gonna walk you down the aisle? Father-daughter dancing.
I think there's more to what she said to Toby than...
I wanted a word.
Oh.
Mr. Hill, for his sentencing. In private. Just like I didn't want to give 5 years to a different fella yesterday. 15 years to another guy the day before that. You said you were the most disappointed man in the world. And I am here to tell you, I fear I am a close second, Mr. Hill. So, I'm gonna see if we can find you a different ending here.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a chance on you. Get you out. Get you help. I want you to picture this ugly old mug. You picture this face.
He did get clean, so over the next 7 years, before he bumped into Thing again, he wanted to be in Randall's life.
Who knows what else? And then she doesn't even bother to show up for the visit? Okay, because it's our job to protect that little girl.
Damn
It's
straight.
our job. So that means as long as she's under this roof, she's not going to have anything to do with that woman.
You're doing? Give him some fatherly advice, Kevin.
I don't have any.
Hey, Dad, play with me.
Later.
Like, how could he be a parent? He's just...
I would
to explain.
I didn't want her to see my face like this. Well, next time I'll reschedule getting jumped.
But obviously I'm not.
No, please. Continue. You seem to know all about my situation.
Don't get it twisted, sis. I wake up every morning next to a headscarf and coconut oil. I'm married to a black queen. None of it's any of your business. If you focused on what's best for Deja.
Oh, let me guess. That's you?
I'm on this side of the glass, aren't I?
Oh shit!
Trying to get right, and I get wrong so.
That's unfortunate.
Don't you dare say I'm in here by choice. People who have choices say that mess.
That is true. Shit.
And the second I get out of here, I'm coming back for her.
So Deja's mother isn't as flaky and stuff as I assumed she was, but some of the stuff she said was incredibly accurate. Had all those layers of hoodies.
This was a good idea about an hour ago. But if there is any part of you that wants the big wedding, I think you deserve that kid. You deserve to walk down the aisle between your two stupidly handsome brothers and feel them love the crap out of you.
Aww.
That's what he would want. In fact, I know it is because I asked him.
He would. Kate being the daddy's girl she is and how he adored her, he would want her to have the big wedding and everything.
But the thing you need to know about us is the Pearsons keep at it. We don't stop. So I suggest you put us up on your wall.
I don't know how to be a husband to you. I don't know how to be a father to our kids. I don't. Okay, I don't have anything. I'm an empty shell.
Kevin,
That's me trying to be my dad, okay, or Toby, or every great man from every really good movie, but it's not me, okay? I was playing a part.
You can't break
One night when I dream of our future together, Sophie, it's a nightmare. For me, okay, it's a nightmare. So, we usually just call them 1, 2, and 3.
So well behaved. Oh, affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Oh.
You wish to adopt this child as your legally adopted son.
We do.
We do.
You've chosen to love. I, on the other hand, have the pleasure of signing it into law. Congratulations.
Oh my god, his entire life it was there. Even when he found out his diagnosis.
William before we know it's lost, alone, missing me.
Oh yes, this is when
Come in.
I'm gonna cry.
Who the hell is that? My name is Randall Pearson. I'm your biological son. I think of my parents. You? No idea.
There's this. Oh, Randall did good. Oh my gosh. So that was episode 7. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect to get that emotional in the end. Oh my god. But that was a good episode. I like that we saw at there were 2 massive crossroads. We had the Pearsons family finally wanting to fully adopt Randall, and obviously coming against what we assumed would be the case where the judge had pointed out that you aren't suitable for him because of the troubles he could see him facing because of him being a black man. And we know everything that both Rebecca and Jack did to make sure he never felt out of place and to try and not accept but try and embrace his blackness too. Oof. And obviously we saw how it was at that point where William, he happened to come across the other judge and he was about to be put away, but then the judge gave him a second chance. That's when he was trying to sort himself out. And just before, even by every time he was trying to use that judge's face before he took any wrong turn, his son came back into his life. That's when I started tearing up. I did like how Toby was able to but see through Kate's BS. So she wanted to get married, and I thought, that's good. It means like their marriage into the courthouse meant that they were just going to get rid of all the frills and she was going to do it, for convenience and just wanted to get it done. But he was able to see that she was kind of avoiding all of those big responsibilities, especially going through all of that without her dad. And I liked how Toby had to talk to the urn to get Jax one last piece of advice. Oof. And I really love that bit with Shona and Deja's mom and Randall. Like, when she was on the other side of the glass, some of the things she said was accurate about, just because you're sitting here and I'm sitting here, you're acting as if I never had any. The fact that you're sitting there is that you had choices, and Randall did. It comes back to the beginning of this whole season where Randall was looking to adopt, and he was talking about how if it wasn't for his parents, he would have ended up like one of those kids on the south side because of his not him growing up, but because of him going into the system. Just another kid selling drugs on the side, that sort of thing. He would have become that if Rebecca and Jack didn't intervene. And it was the same with what Deja's mom said. I didn't see her because I didn't want her to see this. I didn't want her to see. It probably would have hurt her more to see her mom in that condition. She even said that, do you think I wanted that to happen? She's like, when I get out of here, I want to come back for my child. And, trying to reinforce the fact that I never had choices. That's why I'm here. But it's easy for you to throw from a glass house type of thing to Randall when you had the choices, when you had the opportunities, and I never. So you unfortunately, being left with very little to no opportunity. So that was fantastic. And obviously you can see the unfortunate climax of what's happening. I mean, I don't think we've hit the climax with Kevin yet. But he is suffering, unfortunately. And I liked how maybe that realization was something we kind of knew all along, how Kevin is putting on an act. All of that stuff he admitted wasn't him, and you could say it was always just his charm working, and him kind of coming to that realization is, I thought it might more to do with his dad, because he'd lost his father, not in his development years, but obviously in his early adulthood years. But it's more to do with, like, all of that was just a reflection of what he was trying to be his dad. He was never like that. He's literally empty. There's nothing there. So I don't know, if that's him more of a self-pity and self-destruct, or if there's more other things going on. But he's clearly struggling. He's now pushed away Sophie. I don't know if that information is going to get back to his sister or his brother, but clearly he is starting to spiral, and I'm kind of worried where that's going to take him. But that was another good episode, and again, I didn't expect to tear up there. I liked how you saw the two judges. The fact that the first judge that both Jack and Rebecca had, thought that if he himself knew that he would have not been able to pass the case, he thought, let me pass it on to somebody else who he knew he would. And then you see the other guy who helped Randall. So I just loved how their lives, even without them knowing, were intertwined. You had Randall becoming fully fledged adopted, and you had William getting his second break in life, even though he went through the worst year, with losing his mom, losing his partner, and all of that stuff going on. So I loved how, again, they were always in each other's lives without knowing it, and it's come full circle. So yeah, that was fantastic. And if you did like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.